Hi, and welcome back to Armchair Pundits. As usual, you've got myself, James, you've got Daryl, you've got Leon. How you guys doing?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks, bro. How about yourself?
I'm alright. We didn't play this weekend. We lost in midweek, but we can leave that alone. Out of the cup. What about you guys? Conte blowing up after your game?
Yeah, well,
You can see Daryl's face, innit?
I'm quite mute. I'm quite muted right now because I'm fuming. To be honest with you, not with Conte. I'm fuming at the performance and what what this team and these players showed us, and exactly, to be honest, what Conte is saying. So yeah, I'm not happy. I'll be honest with you. Um,
So you're with Conte then on what he said?
now I wouldn't say
You agree?
I wouldn't necessarily say I'm with Conte. But what he's saying is true. A lot of truth in his comments and what he said. But on the other side of things, he's not completely blameless, and a lot of the reasons for some of the performances and the results and the negative play and stuff have been his tactics. So he's got to take some accountability for some of it. But on the other side of things, he's talking truth. He's talking what us fans have been saying about the club and the players and the board for years, and he just finally lost it, and it's just got to him, and he's had enough, and he's actually come out and said it. Whether people agree with him doing that, and whether he should or shouldn't do that as a manager of the club, and he represents the club, is another thing. But the truth of the matter is that what he said is real talk. So I'm with him to a certain extent, but like I said, he's got to take some accountability as well, because he's not flawless in all of this as well. So yeah, but the game and the performance, that's infuriated me. It actually felt like we lost the game, if I'm honest with you.
It's
So
gonna. I mean, you're 3-1 up in the second half. There's no reason, especially when it's so late in the game as well, for us to concede
bottom of the
two
league.
absolutely diabolical goals. The goal for 3-2 Walcott's one. The defending is awful. We had so many players in the box. There was like two Southampton players in the box. How do you not close Walcott down? Why is everyone like two men are running to the line to stop what? If you flipping attack the ball, then Walcott hasn't got a chance of getting there. But
Dead,
he literally
dead
had
fear
had
Wilcott.
had had 5 yards of space literally all the way around him. Didn't make any sense. Walcott on his left foot, unbelievable.
Like
But yeah, no,
literally.
I agree with what Dal was saying about the comments that Conte's made are truth, and it's unfortunate that it's got to the stage where he felt like he had to say it, because it seemed like he's been bottling it up for weeks. It's not. He said that this is not the first time he's felt this way. He's been hiding it, but he doesn't feel like the players are reacting, and it is his job as a manager to get the best out of the players. One thing that I don't think has happened this year, so as much as he said the players haven't evolved, the tactics haven't evolved. So if you think about our running last year, when the second half of the season where we managed to get fourth, if you look at how we played a little bit more on the front foot than we have been this season. It's like we've retreated. And we had all these theories at the beginning of the season, thinking, yeah, we're conserving energy for after the World Cup, and thinking, these games where we're starting the first half really slow and second half will come out. Maybe it's a plan for Conte that towards the end of the second part of the season, the players are going to be more refreshed and ready to go. But that really our form post World Cup has been worse than what it was going into it. So to me, he hasn't evolved his tactics with this particular team. And I guess part of that is he doesn't have enough faith defensively in the team. But I think defensively, it starts from how much you are able to put pressure on your position. And it doesn't start from the front. We don't really press at all, the opposition teams. We sit back so much. It gives the opposition defenders time on the ball, and then they get they get confident, and teams are able to go and create chances. We're not a team that's able to absorb pressure like that, because we've seen how many chances and shots we concede. So clearly, you should be able to see that that's not working. That retreating and allowing teams to have the ball doesn't work if you're conceding shots. So he hasn't evolved. But yeah, in terms of the bottle, the commitment, wanting to suffer to win games, 100%. The mentality, the lack of desire to go to that next step. There's got to be something in it because we've regressed. It's not like since Poch, things have just gone from bad to worse. We've tried to get two managers who know how to win, and we sacked one who was on the verge of having the potential to win something, and just before final. And then we've brought in Conte, where we've made a miraculous recovery to get fourth, and then the following season we've seen Arsenal, who slipped up majorly, should have got fourth themselves, have come on leaps and bounds, back their manager. Arteta took it as his fault, and maybe internally he blamed and got some players, had to sort out some of the players that weren't committed. But with us, we've just made signings that you don't know whether Conte is fully being backed each of those signings, which we know some of them he definitely hasn't. And the players themselves they just haven't stepped up at all. And it's really disappointing because fourth is in our hands, but it's not anymore because other teams have games in hand over us now. So, who knows what's going to happen? I think he's gone though.
But what, now or end of the season? Because you've got 2-week break now.
I think he's gone. I think international break he's gone.
But who do you bring in? Because I spoke to Darryl earlier. Ryan Mason is not the one to. You're still in fourth, right? Or let's say Newcastle gone ahead. You're still in fourth. You still can get top four. It's still in your hands on the day.
Of the players. Like, if I'll be honest, if someone wanted to question my commitment and whatnot, I would want to respond to that and prove them wrong. But players aren't built like they used to be.
That's not the modern day footballer, though. Yeah.
Nah.
I wouldn't even say it's the modern day footballer, because when I was watching Match of the Day, Dion Dublin was saying he would knock on his door and speak to him, rather than actually going and doing it on the pitch and proving him. He said that he'll be knocking on his door and asking, "What do you exactly mean? Why can't you tell me to our face?" kind of thing. So even those guys in his era were saying that they would have.
But how do we know that he hasn't though? Because Conte doesn't seem like a guy to hold it in. He just hasn't said publicly what's going on. He knows there's a problem. He's going to talk about it within the club, but it coming out is almost like it's almost like he was at his wit's end. I don't know what else I can do. I'm gonna have to do something. I'm just gonna have to let everyone know this is what I'm dealing with and this is why I'm so vexed. Well, and that's what he did.
I generally think he might have actually had a go at the players and told them to their face before that press conference even happened. To be honest with you,
but he couldn't have, because apparently he saw the players after the press conference. So he hadn't spoken to the players. Melissa Reddy was on Sky, and she was saying that he hadn't actually spoken to players first. And when they first heard about it, it was from their phones. They saw the stuff come up on their phones, and then it was like, okay, what's going on? He hadn't spoken to them yet.
I'd like to know then why it took so long to come and do the interview for the press, because the interviews directly, the interviews that the managers have directly after the game, not talking like the complete breakdown press conference, the quick press conference that you see on Match of the Day and stuff like that. He didn't come to do that for quite a while, because I was watching it live.
So he said that he apologized. He took time to calm down.
Which took time to calm himself down. No sense.
Well,
imagine what he would have said if he just went straight in.
Exactly.
If that was calm, boy, I don't know what it would have been like before. But look, I felt his upset and his anger, because I'm pretty sure all of us fans were upset and angry. 3-1, 15 minutes to go against bottom of the league. And if you watch the analysis on Match of the Day, we literally dropped to 2 banks of 5. Now, Conte must be the one that's suggesting that they do that. Players don't come up with that solution in their head. We're 3-1 up. All right, we're going to drop into a 5. We're going to sit right in front of our defence and stuff like that. That's not something players automatically do. Because if that is the case, then, boy, I don't know why you need managers in the first place. And secondly, it goes to show the mentality and the strength for these players. If they feel like, all right, well, we need to sit back and relax in a game that we're dominating, winning, and we're 3-1 up against bottom of the league. Like, I don't even know how that even happened. Like I said, it feels like a loss. I just don't get it. Like,
we're not tactical masterminds, but look, let's be honest, right? What is the easiest way to defend the lead.
Attack for me as an attacking,
Not even just
attacking
just have
coach. The
possession
first
of the
line of
ball.
defense.
Yeah,
Have
keep
possession of the ball. Keep
Yeah.
possession. Don't lose the ball. If you have the ball, you're making the other team run. Like one thing, we've all played football. When you play in a team that knows how to play football, everything's so easy. When people pass and move through each other, if you're spending your whole time just defending wave after wave of attack, you're gonna be flipping knackered because all you're doing is chasing, trying to stop every single build up, every single through pass or cross or whatever. It's tiring. So why is it that we think that switching to an even more defensive formation when we were already playing a defensive formation doesn't make sense? When we play football and we keep possession, that's the best way to defend the lead. I just don't get it.
The thing is,
should Southampton not get some credit though?
No, because we're capable.
You don't give them credit.
No, we're capable of doing that. We're capable of holding the ball and keeping possession. We've got the players, the ability to do that. But there is no way you're telling me that the players have made that decision. Like you said, we've already played defensive enough as it is. You're trying to tell me the players have made that decision that we're going to sit back, be resolute and secure, and just soak up pressure for the rest of the game at 3-1.
We've not been that all season. 40 goals in the league conceded, and we're not even. I don't know how many games
we've conceded
40 goals, bro.
Most goals out of the top 12 teams in the league.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. How has Everton have conceded less goals than us? Everton. That's mad.
They started the season well, though, innit? They're the best defense for a while, but still, that's a lot of goals conceded.
40 goals is crazy. We didn't concede that for the whole of, I think, the entire season last year. I think we had like 12 clean sheets or something like that. That's unreal.
The whole match, everything just upsetting. The penalty.
It's a penalty, man. I know you think it's not.
I know it's a penalty.
It's a penalty.
It's
joke. Harsh.
It's a joke that these things have become penalties now. Like, what's he?
Yeah,
like,
it is.
What's he doing there?
But the ref gave it though, Daryl. It wasn't like VAR intervened. The ref gave it.
I honestly believe if VAR does the job it's supposed to do, they overturn that. But because the referee gave it and it's not a clear and obvious mistake, VAR can't overturn it. So the referee's decision is final. They could have told him to maybe look at it, but they didn't.
Can they not say it's not enough contact? Because they did that with.
Bro, like
they didn't give them a penalty last time, so I guess it's a bit different.
No, but the ref didn't give a pen. So if the ref didn't give a pen, then they won't give it.
The referee gave the pen, so they can't change it.
The ref was there.
The thing is, it's the merest of brushes. He doesn't need to go down like that. He's not in a position where he's going to score.
It's not about going down like that, Daryl. He worked.
But this is pure fake deceptiveness.
Exactly what he was doing, bro.
That's what happens.
Bro, you see.
So we got to eliminate this nonsense out of the game, bro. Just like
it happened to us last year.
Just trying like
Welbeck did the same thing against us last year, and Welbeck got a penalty against us, and they drew the game 1-1, or was it 2-2?
It's a joke,
literally last minute of the game. It happens.
This is a joke, though. This is not what we're going to start teaching kids to do this in grassroots football, and say it's all right.
Get your body in front.
In grassroots football,
get your body in front.
In grassroots football, that don't get given. We know that.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous.
But it might in the future if this is the way the game's going to be refereed. That's the influences. It's becoming a non-contact sport. Don't forget that. We've been saying it for years.
It's a joke.
It's becoming a non-contact sport in the Premier League. But just to be advocate, I'll give Southampton some credit because they could have put their heads down. They could have sunk. You guys were battering them, and they could have said, you know what, we're bottom of the league. Let's just conserve and wait to the next game.
What are you giving them credit for, James? Well, because we left the door open. Because we left the door open. Because we left the door open.
2-1 up, and then we went 3-1 up, and then they literally went up the other end and scored.
We left the door open.
Was it that close? I thought there was more time after that.
Bro, okay. It's 2 minutes. 2 minutes up.
Yeah, it was 2 minutes. Yeah, it is 2 minutes.
Leon, at that point of the match, we was controlling the game. When we got the third goal, we was controlling the game, and at that point, it should be like, that's it, game done. But we left the door open for them, and then even when they scored the goal to make it 3-2, we still continued to do the same thing and try to hold on to the one goal. Like, you've just shown that you can't hold on to at 3-1. What's going to make you think now you can still hold on at 3-2? Go back to what you're doing.
It's easy to say go back to what you're doing. Now you're thinking, damn, we can't let 2 goals slip. Right, we better shut it down.
It's a joke.
That's what's going to happen. We better shut it down.
They had chances before that penalty. Before the penalty. So, even
Suleiman had a nice little run.
Yeah, exactly. He came on and he did change it a bit for them, but come on, man. It's like bottom of the league, 3-1 up. Oh,
Right, we'll move on.
Let's move on.
We terrorize you anymore and torment you even more. Okay, well, next game will be Chelsea. 2-2.
Good game.
Potter.
It's a good game. I have to say, I watched that game live, and I have to say I enjoyed it. Chelsea really should have been out of sight, really. Havertz had many chances to wrap up that game. He got the penalty, obviously, but he should have scored 3 headers, and Chelsea should have been clear. But you know what? Everton showed that dogginess. They stayed in the game, and great finish, and deserved to get something out of it. Like Sims comes on, instant hero. They get a point at Stamford Bridge, a place that they normally just get destroyed at, and that would do the world of confidence for them, to be honest with you. And again, you start questioning Chelsea, you start questioning Potter, like it was all looking rosy, things are going good, they're looking great, and
but this is my thing. How I know coaches can change players, but they're creating so many chances and they're missing so many good chances, like you said. How's that the manager's fault? Like, if they're creating that many chances and missing that many chances, then his system is working. Then it's not finishing. And he's taking players out. Pulisic is now coming. Sterling was playing before. Madueke was playing. Mudryk has played.
Yeah,
but they're creating chances and they're all missing him. Felix has finally scored. I said it last week, didn't I? Watch, he's going to score next week, and then we'll play against us and score a banger.
But
can you really blame him?
They're missing chances, but have they got an out-and-out true striker? A true centre forward?
That's not his fault either. That's not his fault either.
Well,
that's why. Anyway, I feel sorry for him in that regard.
He was there for the January transfer window.
But let's be honest. I don't think he was making half of those decisions. He's a coach, and I think he's been like at Brighton. I don't think he was making those decisions either. Players were being brought in for him to coach.
They got Aubameyang there. He's a goal scorer.
I think he's injured. He's injured right now.
He's injured now.
So yeah, he might have been brought back into the fold for the league games, but he's injured. Obviously, Bros is injured, and obviously they brought the youngster in. I'm guessing he's injured as well because I haven't seen him for a few weeks. The other Fofana, Datro Fofana, he might be injured as well now. That was their January signing. So they did buy a striker in January. They just bought someone that was extremely young and extremely raw
for the future. Yeah,
yeah. But I don't know, like even the goal they scored. How is Sims beating Koulibaly that easily? Literally 1 touch, 2 touch, and he burst past him like he wasn't even there.
Koulibaly had a terrible.
It's just poor. He's had a terrible season.
He has not adjusted to the Prem. He came too late, man.
It was a good finish for Sims, though. It was a good finish, though.
It was a good finish, but come on, man. Like you should, someone of the standing of Koulibaly before this season, you're not expecting that to happen.
Nah, true.
Like, we all thought, you know what, that's a signing. Like
he all said it at the beginning of the season, bro.
But it has not worked out for them. It really hasn't. I won't be surprised if he gets let go, and they bring someone else in the end of the season because it just hasn't worked.
You wouldn't give him another season?
Oh,
he's got.
They should. You know me already. I always give people 1 season, but he's not young though.
Yeah, it's true.
It doesn't matter about age. I mean, he needs to adjust to the fact that he can't use physical stature and pace in the Prem because everyone has that in the Prem. When you're playing in Italy and you're flipping African big 6'2", 3 man, like you're gonna find no problems on the strength. You're gonna face maybe a Lukaku every now and then, but in the Prem, that's everyone, bruv. Everyone is gymming. So he needs to know that he needs to adjust. He almost needs to go into African Cup of Nations Koulibaly for the Prem, because he's facing guys that are strong as him. So he needs to go into that kind of mode of defending rather than thinking, I can just use my physical dominance and it's all good. So poor, but also poor from Kepa, which we know that he's like
bruv,
the guy's got paper hands, bruv.
What's it? That's not paper hands. What did Jason call him? Biscuit wrists. That's what it is, bro. Biscuit wrists. And you've seen it so many times this season,
bro.
Not even this season, even before. How many times did it just go straight through? I mean, come on, man. Like, obviously, Bettinelli is not the one to try it out, but I don't know. They need to get what's his name fit as soon as possible, even because Kepa's costing them points.
He's a captain though, bro, so he ain't getting nowhere.
Is he the captain or a captain?
I think he's the captain at the moment.
How has he become captain? Oh my goodness.
Kepa.
No. Kovacic is captain.
But Kovacic isn't starting every game at the moment, so most of the time it's going to be Kepa on pitch as captain.
So he's obviously part of the leadership team as they have now.
I guess so,
He's part of the leadership team. Oh man, so he's staying in goal.
But he was a manager at one point as well, so you know what I mean.
Choosing who comes over and who doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Everton, credit where credit's due.
Yeah,
they stuck in there.
They needed that point as well, especially with how some of the rest of the results went as well over the weekend. So it's a good result for them.
Well, the league, man, it's getting tighter and tighter every week.
Yeah,
mate.
This is like for a relegation battle. This is probably one of the most exciting seasons ever. You just don't know who's going down, who's staying up. It's ebbing and flowing each week. One minute is one team. It's just crazy.
It's 4 points from 12th to 20th. I've never seen that.
It's crazy.
That's crazy, bro. At this stage of the season, we've not seen it.
Nah.
There's
usually at least one team at this point is dead and buried.
Yeah, that's gone.
Yeah, and everyone keeps as soon as it looks bleak, they're getting a win out of nowhere, and it will be against someone who you don't expect. So you look at. Gone.
Like I said, I was sure West Ham and Leicester were good, and they don't even know they're getting out of it. I don't know how. I don't know where the next wins are coming from.
At one point, you thought Leicester, they're back, they're getting out of it, they're calm, and their results are just turned against them. It's crazy.
It's playing against the teams that are around them again, teams you would expect.
It is that
it's like wagwan. Just don't know what you're going to get week to week.
The surprising thing is that when the relegation teams are having their 6-pointers, teams like Bournemouth and Forest are turning up and showing up for those games, which has made all the difference. We can go on to Leeds Wolves now, and Leeds knew what time it was for them, and they turned up and put in a performance, boy. Like they were all over them in that first half, absolutely all over them in the first half. But Wolves came back into it, and then it obviously turned into a bit of a madness.
That's a defensive error, boy.
Wow.
For Rodrigo to score.
Where do you stand on that? Is it a free kick? Is it too soft a free kick? Because obviously he stopped.
No. The problem, that's
never
the problem. Don't never stop, and that is what in future watching it. And I'm not even a Wolves fan. Watching what Adama did there was just, what the hell are you doing, bruv?
Yeah.
He could have even, because he's so quick and strong, he could have recovered and just at least stopped the attack from continuing. But he just literally stopped playing. And if you don't hear the whistle, you keep moving. You keep going.
He stopped. He panicked and then tried to slide tackle. The slide tackle was so nonsense. But the other player, it's not just him though. The other player stopped as well. This is why Rodrigo was literally through on goal. Good finish.
Yeah,
very good finish.
Christensen coming on as a sub. Yeah, he's got that. Christensen coming on literally 15 seconds.
Yeah, instant impact.
He felt for Johnny because he does that.
He
Then
gets bodied,
scores
bro.
literally
He gets
2 minutes later.
muscled.
That was funny.
Bro. But it was a mismatch. I mean, Johnny is what? I don't even know, 5'8", and Christensen is a big man, bro.
But come on, he got the first header. What kind of header was that?
I
Literally,
don't know.
he ducked into the header. It was almost like he was trying to header it over him and
Yeah,
then run round him.
yeah. I don't know what he was trying to do, but it didn't work.
But he recovered because his goal was a good instinctive strike from that far out. But then he killed himself with the red card.
And that was a definite red, boy. No
I
question.
heard they're trying to appeal it.
I don't really know what what's his name was moaning about. I think he was obviously moaning about consistency or whatever, but
penny in the first half.
Yeah, but it's a
where that tackle is, man.
That tackle could have done damage, definitely.
Yeah, but for them to even consider appealing it, that's just madness. They'll probably get an extra game ban.
Yeah, exactly.
If they're probably trying to appeal that, because that's a leg breaker, straight up leg breaker. But it's good because Garcia's come in and he's given them a new lease of life. They haven't come far out of it, but for them to get 4 goals away from home, it bodes well.
Like I said, they turned up. They turned up in a match they needed to turn up in, and right now that's what you're gonna have to do. Like, take points of those teams that are around you.
Gotta beat, yeah.
Okay, so the other team that's down there, we'll go to the top of the table last, I guess. The other team that's down there is Aston Villa. They got a nice win.
Yeah.
Against Bournemouth. Bournemouth, the slayers of Liverpool last week, came crashing back down to earth this week.
Big time.
I mean, yes, it was away from home, but they got moved up by Villa.
They got moved up. They got moved up from the offset as well. Like, again, Villa came for smoke, boy. They meant business early. Really, I was surprised that it was 1-0 for so long towards the end of the game, because they were all over Bournemouth, like literally all over them.
You got to give them credit because since he's come in and taken over Gerrard, you can see what he's building. You can see how the team's evolving. They said before, I know he didn't start today, but there's been times where Coutinho and Bendio played together and it's worked again. They said he couldn't do it. Buendia's been like a new player, realistically, since Gerrard's left. It's the Buendia that they got from Norwich. He's now turned up. Ramsey seems to be back on it. He was good under Gerrard. Had a dip. He's young, so that happens. Had a dip, and he's come back into it. New position. And Luiz is just getting goals here and there. Just
what's the biggest change?
He's a useful player.
I think the biggest the change for me, the biggest change is that they've now got a manager that I feel like they respect, and they're buying into what he's trying to get from them, and everyone's effectively pulling their weight, and it feels like they're more of a unity within the team.
What I've seen, it feels like every game they have a game plan. There's a game plan for who they're playing against, and whether that's them being on the front foot or them knowing that they may not have as much possession. It's like Emery planned for how he wants them to play. There's a sense of direction. They know how they want to play, and they know how they want to deal with certain teams. And like you can see that, right now, I mean, they were in trouble. They're not even. They're now 11 points ahead of 12th place, so they're sorted. They're safe. They're not going to be in trouble now. And I think we knew that they had made good signings even under Gerrard, and now he's taken those players on to the next level for me. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next year if the club back him with the signings.
I think they'll back him. But do you think it was also because I thought the players bought into Gerrard last season, but I think it was the Mings situation, stripping Mings of captaincy and then dropping him and then having to bring him back in because of injury. I think that's when it all went downhill for him.
Possibly.
Dropping Mings of captain, it's got to work. When you drop a captain, because it didn't work for McGinn either. McGinn hasn't been the same player since he's been made captain. It's diminished him as well. So I think he got that wrong.
I think, like,
is he even still captain now?
No,
I think McGinn hasn't even been playing in all the games now.
He's still the club captain, but I can't remember whether I've seen Mings actually wear the armband since when McGinn hasn't been playing. But I think that's where it started. I think when he did that, that's got to go all your way when you do that. McGinn's got to be really good, and obviously he brought in Carlos, and then Carlos done his Achilles, and then that just done him for. You had to bring Mings back in straight away, and then Gerrard doesn't seem like the kind of guy that, I could be wrong, but it doesn't seem like the kind of guy that will fix that that wrong easily.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I can't see him bringing him back in softly. Yeah, hey, don't worry about it, mate. He'll still be standoffish a bit, I reckon. I could be completely wrong. Obviously, I don't know him personally. That's the impression I get.
I still think it's like Leon said. I think Unai Emery just goes more into depth,
He's better manager
and everything. And like you said, he's got a game plan. They've got a clear sense of direction for each match that they're playing, and I think the players just are buying into that. They believe in it. They understand it, and when you get the results, you become more confident in it as well. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I think it's like you said, he's a better manager, and I think the players of respecting him more. To be honest with you, that's what I feel.
Okay. Right, we'll probably get in trouble. We've gone this far without talking about Arsenal, so we'll come to Newcastle and Nott'm Forest later. But Arsenal destroyed Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace also down there, so it still ties in. But I can't even lie. I think I said it to you earlier. I think they've won the league. Not because it's too easy now. I'm just not sure where I'm going to see them dropping enough points for Man City to make up the 8 points, other than when Man City play them head to head.
I think that game.
The thing about Arsenal right now,
I think that game was that was a free hit for them in that game though. It was easy. Like I feel Palace would have had a better chance if Vieira was still in charge. Or if they had got a new manager.
But they scored though.
They actually scored. They actually scored a goal.
Vieira hasn't managed to do that.
Yeah, scored a goal. But there's a free hit for Arsenal. If they didn't win that, then you would have had alarm bells. So the fact that they won it and they won it so easy, it was never surprising. I'm pretty sure most Arsenal fans rocked up to the game expecting to win that game easily, based on the fact that Palace has just set their manager. They got someone in filling in. Like not a lot's going to change in that situation. So for me, that's a free hit. So yeah, they're looking good. They're showing what they're capable of. But all it takes is 1 or 2 injuries, and they could be under it. And
they got one. Saliba was out.
That's not the ones that they. It's their midfield is going to be key if they can keep.
Well, but to be fair, Partey's been benched. Yes, he's been coming on the pitch. Actually makes a difference, but he's actually given what's his name, Jorginho, a lot of starts while Partey's actually been fit. So he's managed to actually work that around. Yeah, I get it. If they lose 2 of them in midfield, then yeah. But now they're down to 1 game. They got knocked out of the Europa League.
Yeah, that's going to be a
big now their full focus is on that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a worry. Yeah,
I just think at the moment they're on form. They're going into games with confidence. They're making good decisions. They're creating chances. I think it's going to take a severe disruption to stop them from winning the league at the moment. If I'm being honest, I just think being out of Europe, it means they've only got one focus, and I can't see them dropping the ball like they did last year, especially learning from that mistake.
They must have learned from it, yeah.
So you've got to give them credit, and I think pretty much everyone has had to, because they've proved that they've gone this far, built up a lead when everyone thought they might have fallen off by now. They haven't. They have got a tough run coming up after the international break. So it will be interesting to see how they get through that. But as you said, because the form of other teams is so hit and miss right now.
Erratic.
That's the word I'm looking for. Erratic. You really don't see, like, Arsenal haven't been erratic. They've literally been consistent. And even the games they've lost, you didn't feel like they were games that they should have. They had a chance of winning.
Yeah, they've been the better team.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, but you got to give them credit. Arteta's done his thing, and the players have responded.
Quick answer. No long discussion. Does Saka have a chance of being player of the year, or is it Haaland all the way? Is the amount of goals he scores?
What in the league? If Arsenal win the league, he could.
I think it's going to depend on where the title ends up. If you want me to be honest with you,
but even if Haaland breaks Salah's goal scoring record, which he's probably going to break, let's be honest.
Yeah, but in a way, it sounds flippant. But when you think about it, when they bought Haaland, we were like, oh gosh, this is a problem now. It's like people were thinking about how he'd fit in. He's a goal scorer. They just need to give him the ball in the box and he's going to score. And it has seemed easy for him to get the goals that he's got this season. Like you wouldn't say that he's done anything magnificent to like in terms of his scoring of goals. He's just an absolute beast and he's hungry
to score. Yeah.
He's exceptional. He's exceptional. But for me, I think it really does depend on where the title lies, and I think Saka does have a chance because of how well he has played. I mean, he's going to win Young Player of the Year at the very least.
Yeah. But you say that, he's only 22 as well, though. Haaland's 22.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
But he doesn't seem like 22, bro. He's a robot.
But Haaland's, so technically, Haaland's up for Young Player of the Year as well.
Yeah. Whichever one gets one of them can get Football Writers and the other can get Players Player of the Year, whatever. They'll have to do something like that. But for me, it will probably end up being Haaland. But if Arsenal win the title, I think it would be Saka that should get it for me.
Okay, last two games. Brentford, Leicester, 1-1. Your boy Harvey Barnes, nice little think finish.
Yeah.
Jensen scoring again. Jensen's on fire at the moment, boy. He's having a really good season at the moment.
Yeah, like unbelievable season. He just his confidence is sky high, boy, and he's getting goals, and they're getting results. You know, like Brentford are really becoming a hard team to beat. Like they just never give in, boy. They just always keep themselves in the game.
Daryl, question: would you take him?
Who, Jensen?
No, Thomas Frank.
No, man, nah. Straight talk, no. Like real talk. Like
who would you take?
Who would I take? If you're talking about managers at other clubs, it's got to be De Zerbi. But we was calling that from before he went to Brighton. So, but that's going to cost a lot of money. And I kind of feel sorry for Brighton if that happens to them again. They already got jacked of Potter. You know, imagine us coming and taking their manager now.
I think he's happy there. I don't think he actually.
I think he's.
I don't think he has the ambition to want to leave.
No, I think he's content to at least have one season, possibly 2 seasons there, and see how it goes and see how far he can take them. You know, look, they're in the FA Cup still. They've got a potential chance of winning that and actually winning something, which is more than we've got a chance of doing at Tottenham. So, right now, it's realistically, if you're going to get someone in now, it's going to be someone that's not employed. So you're looking at Poch. Poch coming back. Does that potentially work out? I don't know.
Same players are still there.
Same players are still there. Will he get back?
Never go back to your ex, bruv.
Yeah,
never go back.
Would the chairman still try and buoy him off instead of backing him like they did last time? Surely he comes in with a whole load of basically constraints and criteria to say, look, yeah, I'm coming back, but if I'm coming back, you are doing all the things that I told you that you should have done all that time ago. But then, how does that make Levy look? Egg on your face, bringing him back. I don't know really, but look, even to the point of as much as Conte's done his madness and said what he's got to say, and I know Leon says he reckons he's gone in this international break. How do we know what conversations Conte's are having? Maybe he's saying this, he's trying to get back in from the board, and he wants to prove a point. You never know. The only problem is that he's had a lot go on with personal life and friends and stuff like that, and it's obviously a very strong emotional time for him at the moment. but we don't really know if he wants to stay or not. That's the truth be told, and nor do the players. And now he's kind of throwing the players under the bus. The players might not even want him to stay, but is that such a bad thing if it's some of those deadwood players that we need to get rid of? I don't know.
Well, time will tell. Time will tell.
Yeah, anyway, I don't even know how we got back onto these though. Anyway,
my bad. We were supposed to go into the last game. I just intercepted because I was looking at Brentford's record and thinking,
Thomas Frank's a hell no from me. Sorry, I'm sure Levy would love it, like Moneyball and all that kind of stuff. He'd be like, yeah.
But does he even say? Does he even play the style of football you guys would want to see, though?
No, it doesn't.
Nah.
No, it doesn't.
Nah, it doesn't.
And he'd saying, "Oh, don't worry, we'll sell Harry Kane and bring in Ivan Toney." Yeah.
I know De Zerbi is not on the cards, mate. That's not happening.
No.
Not right now.
Okay.
No.
So the last game, Nott'm Forest, Newcastle. The one that annoyed me because of my fantasy football, I wanted to bring Isak. I wasn't sure about him or Ollie Watkins, and I thought Ollie Watkins probably had it. And Isak gets 2 goals.
Yeah.
And wins Newcastle the game.
Yeah, last minute.
Should have had an assist as well.
Last minute penalty as well. Jeez. Like, do you know, I was watching the game, and I think this is Friday, yes, I was at work. I was watching the game and got distracted with something at work, and I thought the game finished 1-1.
So did I.
And it wasn't until the late on that evening I was like, what? Newcastle won? When? When did they win? Like, what happened there? So, yeah. It's a good result for Newcastle, especially with us dropping 2 points. And now the pressure's really on us, to be honest with you. You know what makes it even worse? I know we're going back to Tottenham again, but like we had a chance to go third. We had a chance to go third. We had a chance to go above United.
Yeah, bruh.
Like,
Obviously,
why do we always do this?
Okay.
All the time. Whenever there's a chance of something to make life easier, we just shoot ourselves in the foot constantly.
That's what happens. It's not just you. Right. It happens. With teams that are struggling, it happens. We had a chance to go above you when we lost to Bournemouth.
Dr. Tottenham. As people say, Dr. Tottenham, the gift that keeps giving. It's an absolute joke. Spursy, like literally, you know what? Yeah, I swear down. Like I don't even know why no Arsenal fans have done it yet, but like there's merchandise heaven right there. Like you should be shotting Spursy hoodies and jumpers and caps to Arsenal fans because like Spursy is like even what Conte did in his press conference. That's as Spursy as you get.
Like, yeah, he ate the whole club, mate.
Bruh, Jesus Christ. Oh, mate.
Anyway, Forest unbeaten run. Yeah, Forest unbeaten run.
Yeah. Good goal, Isaac. His first goal. First goal was a good goal.
First goal, bro.
First goal was a good goal. Jeez.
Wasn't as good as Dennis's, but his first goal was.
Yeah, Dennis's goal.
Off balance.
What was Botman doing there, though, bro? Like, what?
I don't know.
As a free gift. But
it was a free gift.
And you're thinking at that point, Nott'm Forest got to go and they're at home. Damn, they're doing it again. And yeah, Isak, great finish, great goal, and they nicked it at the end of a penalty. Penalty for you guys?
Yeah.
The hand was in the air, bro. You can't defend that.
Bro, he did the whole nonsense of holding his face. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's true.
For that alone, he should be given a penalty. Yeah. Like, hit your hands, man.
And Newcastle had a goal disallowed, which I wasn't too sure about.
Yeah,
clearance by a deflection.
Yeah,
a defender cleared the ball, bro.
Yeah,
and the Newcastle player was in an offside position, but it came from the clearance of Nott'm Forest.
They said it wasn't a clearance. The referee said it was a deflection.
Yeah, that's what they said. It
wasn't
a
deflection.
It wasn't an intended clearance. Yeah, that's what made the difference.
Okay, that's what they're going with.
Yeah,
all right, cool.
Yeah,
don't agree.
So I guess the right team. Yeah, the right team got the win in the end.
As they say, ball don't lie. Ball don't lie.
How many times you see it before though, Leon, where the ball's gone in a certain direction and they've given a corner. You're like, but logistics of direction of the ball
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Nope.
Yeah. Anyway,
but that's all the games this game week. We had our time off and we return with Man City, which I'm not looking forward to, away from home because our away form stinks. Who have you guys got?
And we got Man U. Is it Man U?
Whoa, let's have a look. Quick, see.
No, I don't think it's Man U.
I thought you played Man U a little bit later.
I think we got Everton. I think we might have Everton first.
Oh yeah, we got Everton away. First. Away first.
Yeah.
Then Brighton. Yeah, you're right. I think the Man U game's a little bit further.
We got a tough run right now because we
still can't see it.
We got like. I tell you what.
There, yeah, I can see it.
I can tell you now. Yeah, this April is crunch time for Tottenham because we got United, we've got Brighton, we've got games that we should win against Everton. Who else we got?
We're not good at that often, mate.
Bro, your April is nothing compared to our April, bro.
Yeah, okay. Look, games.
That's the fact that we've got those games keeps you winning the hunt, bro.
The problem is,
well, you say that it's Newcastle. Yeah, exactly.
Ones that are gonna be flipping.
But thankfully, Newcastle play United. That's the first game back for them. So there's points being dropped right there by somebody.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but Man United are too far ahead of us, man.
No, but as in
too far ahead of us, Leon. We would have gone above them if we had not won. If we had been able to hold on to a 2-goal lead. Forget that games in hand don't mean nothing, bro. Points on the board.
Yeah, that's true.
This team, man.
You know what? I just completely forgot because Man United were way ahead, but they dropped points.
Yeah. They've got no Casemiro, so they have to see if they can do it without Casemiro. Because I think after they got Brentford's already battered them this season, and without Casemiro, again, I'm saying it again, Brentford will target him. Will target him fully.
Man United.
Yeah, Brentford I don't think they've lost a game since October, something like that. So
they lost one, didn't they?
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
One, sorry, but in terms of the way they're performing, I don't think they'll have any fears going to Old Trafford. You know, honestly.
No. Well, Brentford in that nice, comfortable zone now where they know they're not relegation contenders. Yeah. And a lot of people had them going down this season at the start of the season. I don't know why, but they're not relegation contenders, so they can play with freedom. Because
they live with us, mate.
You know what I mean?
They still live with us.
Yeah.
Mid-table mediocrity. Okay, we're sixth. Not really mid-table mediocrity, mate.
They can get Europe.
But in fact, they can have sixth over us. I want the Conference League. If it's sixth, we can finish 7th or 8th, man.
Question for you now, Leon. If we don't get top 4, do you want to be in Europe?
I've got no issue with Europa.
Suppose it does get you Champions League if you win it, but
it gets you Champions League. It gets you
when was the last time we won
revenue, bro. You just got to be in as many competitions as possible because all we do is flop in something. So the more opportunities to be able to win something, the better. I think people use Europa League as an excuse. Other teams and other leagues don't make those excuses. It's just Premier League teams. So for me, we should be in it and try to do a thing. There's no reason why we can't. So yeah, if we want to be in the Champions League, you might as well just be in Europa if you don't make it. But no, the Conference League, no. I'm with James on that. Just bin that. I don't even know why they bothered with it. But UEFA need to make extra paper. So
yeah,
listen, it's perfect for Brightons and for Brentfords. They can take that. Because that's great for them, isn't it?
They just used it as the Cup Winners' Cup again. Like any Cup winners, they go in there. That's cool.
That would make more sense. Yeah, that would make more sense.
You
they should have got rid of it in the first place. There was nothing wrong with that cup.
But we say that Man City win the Carabao Cup every year, bro. More or less.
Well, that's cool. Let the runners-up go in there. Yeah, let the runners-up goes in there.
Yeah, true.
Back in the day, you had teams like Middlesbrough getting into competitions like that off of the back of losing finals. You know what I mean? That's
true.
That's good for clubs like that. Do you know what I mean?
It's true. Okay. Well, I guess we'll leave it there. Wasn't the best weekend for you guys, but international break, you can forget everything that's happened for at least 2 weeks.
Ban football for 2 weeks, man. I'm done.
We'll try and put out some content that will actually be different from this anyway. So once again, thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep subscribing, keep sharing, and enjoy your 2 weeks of no Premier League football. Take it easy.
Cheers. See you later.